Hey y'all, I'm finally back. I just wanted to talk to y'all about what's been going on with me and where I've been and everything. And I'm gonna do my makeup. I'm gonna do my makeup while I get ready. This is awkward. Also, I have a pimple. Everybody say hey. Okay, so well, actually no, I'm gonna take you to the beginning. So in the summer, something happened to me where my legs got really weak, just randomly one day. I was on my lunch break for work and my legs got really weak, and my mom's taking a shower. My legs got really weak and I couldn't walk, but and I felt really dizzy and lightheaded, and so I had to go to the emergency room. And they told me, what did they tell me? It was just stress. And I went to a neurologist and everything, and he said it was just for me being stressed. And I couldn't walk normal for 5 days when that happened. So then last month in December, the middle of December, it happened again when I was at home for my lunch break. But this time it was worse. I felt really weird when I was leaving work for my lunch break. I felt really weird. I did not feel like myself. I didn't feel like I was in my body. I can't explain the feeling. It was just a really weird feeling. But I felt really just out of place. And so when I got home, I was trying to make a bowl of cereal. I wasn't really hungry, but I know I had to eat something. So I was let me just eat some cereal, but I couldn't eat the cereal. And so I FaceTimed my mom and I was like, Mom, do you see my head? Because my head got stuck, it was tilted back. Ooh. It was tilted back and stuck like this. And I was like, Mom, do you see my head? And I was touching it and stuff. And she was like, yeah, do you see your head? And I was touching it because I don't know, I did not feel like myself. I felt really loopy. And so she was like, okay, just hold on, I'm gonna come to the house, because she was at work. And I was like, okay. And then she was like, call your manager to tell her you're not gonna be able to make it back to work. And I was like, okay. So I called my manager and I started stuttering so bad, I could not talk. And I was telling her that I felt really weird. And she's like, okay, just stay home and call the ambulance if you think you need to call them. And I was like, okay. So I called them because I was scared. I was home by myself and these weird things were happening to my body. And so I called the ambulance, and they were asking me all these questions, and it was so hard for me to talk. I just kept stuttering and stuttering, super bad. It was really bad. And so they finally got there, and they got there at the same time that my manager got there and my mom got there. And I was walking weird, kind of when a baby deer or a baby horse comes out. That's how I was walking, and I was stuttering so bad. And so they had the stroke people come and do all these tests while I was in the ambulance truck. And they were like, no, it's not a stroke, because I was aware of everything. I could see, I could hear, I could talk. It was just my stuttering was really bad. And I just felt loopy. And so we made it to the emergency room, and the doctor there, they were doing all these, they were asking all these questions and all this stuff. And the doctor there basically came back and told me that he's never seen this before. Basically that I was lying, that I was making everything up. And by this time, I was really shaky. I could not control my movements. I was twitching and doing all this crazy stuff. And they did blood work and urine work and all this stuff. And he was nothing came back, so you can go home. And I was trying to get medication, so my aunt was like, is there anything that you can give her for the shakes or anything? Because they gave me something, and the nurse was like, oh, you're gonna fall right to sleep, this is gonna put you right to sleep. And I was up the entire time. And so my aunt was like, is there anything that you can give her, you know, to like relax her body, whatever? And they were like, no, I'm sorry, unfortunately we can't, da-da-da. And so we were like, okay, whatever. So we just left and went home. But when I got home, it got like worse. Like I was twitching really bad and stuttering really, really, really bad. It was like my head and my hands and arms and everything. Sorry, but I just wanna. And so my mom, I tried to take a bath because I was like, maybe, you know, the warm water will relax my body, but it didn't. So my mom was like, okay, you know what? We're just gonna go to a different emergency room. Maybe they can tell us something else. So I went to another emergency room, and the doctor's there. I told him what happened and everything. And the doctor there was like, oh, it's just anxiety. And I did a CT scan, they did blood work, and they were like, everything is good, whatever. And he was like, it's just anxiety. So they gave me Valium to take home. Or no, he prescribed me Valium. And so we were like, okay. So I had to go see a neurologist after that, like schedule an appointment with a neurologist. And then I went to my regular doctor, like the clinic. And so a few days later, like I was still the same, stuttering, and I couldn't really walk, and I was shaking and everything. And so I think like the day after or the next day or something, I went to go see my neurologist, and I was telling him about it. And this is the same guy that I went to in the summer when he told me it was just anxiety. He was like, oh, it's just anxiety. And my mom was like, well, what about her speech? Like, this has never happened. And he was like, yeah, anxiety can do that sometimes. We were like, okay. So he ordered me to go get a EMG. And so then after that, we went to my doctor, and she was just telling us, she was like, this is not normal. Like this, she was like, yeah, you have anxiety, because they did a test for me there. She's like, yeah, you have anxiety, but this is not anxiety. She was like, there's no way, like, you're walking like this. Like, I could not walk, y'all. It was really bad. I couldn't walk, and like I was stuttering really bad and twitching and everything. And she was like, no, this is not anxiety. She's like, I'm really worried that maybe you could have developed Tourette's. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? And she's like, yeah, you could have developed Tourette's, because you can still develop that like in your late teens, early 20s. And I was like, oh my God, like Tourette's, like, no, I'm already weird enough. People gonna think I'm crazy. So she was like telling me, like, she was really worried, and she was telling my mom to like just check on my breathing, make sure my breathing was fine, because my chest would like get tight sometimes, or my heart rate would go up. And she was just telling my mom to check my breathing and stuff constantly. And my mom was already a paranoid parent. Like, I was like, Lord, why you tell her that? But anyways, whew, y'all, I'm out of breath. So yeah, I went to her, and then she was like, you have to stay off of work for a month. And I was like, this car note and this insurance, can't stay off work for no month now. And I was like, you know what, I just need to do what's best for my health and whatever. And so I've been off of work for a month, y'all. I've been going crazy. Oh, it's driving me insane. But anyways, yeah, so after her, I still had the same symptoms and everything. And like my mom, like I said, my mom is very paranoid. So we went to another hospital like a day or two after. It was 2 days after. And because my doctor was like, if anything gets worse, just, you know, go back to the hospital, whatever. And we were like, okay. So we went to the hospital, and the doctor there, he did like different types of tests on me that no one else had did, like with my body, like my reflexes and everything. And he was like, I'm not gonna lie. He was a neurologist too. He was like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know what this is. He was like, I've never seen anything like this. I have no idea what this is. Hey. And made me lose my track of thought. what was I saying? Oh, he was like, I've never seen anything like this before, but he told me that it's not life-threatening. So I was like, okay, you know, that kind of put my mind at a little bit of ease. But this whole time, like, I wasn't worried about anything. Like, I wasn't scared or anything. I was just more aggravated with the fact that, like, I couldn't do anything by myself, and it was just really annoying because, like, my neck was really sore from like my head moving and stuff, and it was just really sore from it. It was annoying. But yeah, he told me to go see a neurologist, and he recommended me one, but ooh, y'all, that price, no thank you. So anyways, I went to go see another doctor. What was that, yesterday? No. What is today? 2 days ago, I went to go see a doctor, and whew, he did some more tests on my body and some more blood work, and he was like telling me that okay, I don't have Tourette's for one, but it is something neurological, like with my nerves and stuff, and he was telling me that my reflexes are really strong, like abnormally strong, and he noticed that about me. And so he was like, we're gonna do these different tests, so maybe it's my thyroids or something, but honestly, I'm just really over it. I go back to work on Monday. Today is Thursday. My birthday's tomorrow. Be 21. Also, look, I'm being greedy, guys. My tongue started bleeding. I was chewing too hard, I guess. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, he thinks maybe it could be my thyroid or something, so I'm waiting to hear back from them, and I go to another doctor on Monday. It's just so much. I'm really scared about going back to work. I work at a daycare, so we'll be all with my kids and stuff. They're gonna drive me insane. But I just wanted to come on here and tell you guys what's been going on with me, because it's been a lot, honestly. It's really frustrating and tiring, not knowing like what's wrong with me. I'm just over it at this point. Just over it. Also, I'm in Chicago. I'm not in Houston. Just kidding, I got my room redone. You like? But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and tell you guys. I didn't even finish my makeup. I talked too much. But maybe I'll make a vlog tomorrow for my birthday. And I'll see you guys later.